231. That's the average number of apps used by many companies. This leads to a lot of context and tab switching that drains employee focus and costs your company. Grammarly can help. Grammarly's AI works in over 500,000 apps and websites, making it easy for your team to write clearly and on brand without disrupting workflow. Join 70,000 teams who save an average of $5,000 per employee per year using Grammarly. Go to grammarly.com/enterprise to learn more.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Edna White, and I am your host of Keeping It Real on Purpose. We want to welcome you here today, and just to have a place for experts who have in-depth conversations about their life, relationships, and business in real time. This is real talk about real life on purpose, about successes, failures, issues, and insights to a better life. And today on the show, we're excited to have none other than Michael Anker, who is a YouTuber and artist. Welcome, Michael, to Keeping It Real on Purpose.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we had some little technical difficulties earlier. I want you to tell the audience where you are from.
So you may be able to tell from my accent, but I'm from, well, the UK, specifically England. So I'm basically Spain. So if anyone's, I think most people have heard of Manchester, which is a city in England. So I live in a town. So I live in a town called Chadderton, which is based in Manchester.
Okay.
So basically I'm English, but I think you can tell that.
No, we can't tell. But yeah, I'm familiar with Manchester, and I have a lot of co-teachers that worked with me when I lived in China. They came from there, so they still live there now. But yeah, I'm familiar with that. And let me just ask, is it always chilly there? Is it always gray there? Is there sunshine? Give us a view.
It really depends. I think, for example, last week, I think obviously a lot of places have heat waves, and we had, it just depends. I know everyone thinks England is always rainy.
Yeah.
But it just really depends. Last week we had, I think it was Monday and Tuesday last week, we had a very, for us, a severe heat wave. It was in some places it was 40 degrees, which is quite hot for the UK.
Oh, wow.
And the other, but where it was near me, it was 33 degrees one day, and then the next day it was 35, 37, and which is very hot for the UK. So it was
So that's 90, right? 90? Is that 90 in Fahrenheit, right? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah.
Wow. Wow. So you do experience. Is it muggy like it was here? It was muggy here. It was very bad.
But yeah, it was very muggy. It was very humid, and it was lovely to have a bit of sunny weather, but it was too much.
Wow. Okay, so enough on the weather. So now that we got the whole feel of where you've come from, Manchester, near Manchester, and all of that great stuff, how do you show up in the world, Michael? How do you show up?
I think the way I show up is because a lot of people know me for being a singer, I'm a YouTuber. I do many things people never they never know what I'm going to be doing.
Oh,
I'm sorry about that. If you can hear my dog in the background, that's my dog.
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So that's another thing about me. A lot of people know that I've got a dog as well. So I feel like to show up in the world is a very, I don't know. I show up in the world as a person that does many things. I'm a singer. I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah.
I also got to say I do an Instagram chat show thing. Basically, I do an Instagram interview series called Michael's Marvelous Instagram Chat Show. So a bit similar to what you do with your podcast and YouTube.
Right.
I interview people from all over the world, and I've not done that for a while, but I've recently started doing that again. I brought it back for a new season, and I've been enjoying the people have been excited to see that.
What season are you in? What season?
So I basically did about 3 seasons.
Oh, nice.
So it's like just always decide when I want to do it. So I did it. I started it in. I'll do a bit of background. So basically, the reason I started the stage is when it was like lockdown, obviously it was COVID and everything. A lot of people started doing podcasts, and I knew a lot of people were like, "Why not doing it?" And I think there's a lot on obviously on YouTube or Spotify, but there's not as many on Instagram. So I wanted to obviously just make people know I'm a YouTuber anyway. So I thought I want to do something separate from YouTube interviewing. So I started my Instagram channel in February last year. So I did about like 3 separate like series or seasons, and then I tried to do like season 4 this year, but then I stopped it. But now this is like proper season 4. Like I announced that it'd be coming back some like this summer, and I've done like 2 interviews. And I'm like, I've got another one booked for tomorrow. So I'm and people that seem to be very excited about it, like people wanting to be on the show and being interviewed by me. People seem to really enjoy the interviews, and I think as well it helps like boost like my profile because like the interview I did on, I think it was on Monday or Sunday, I got like 6 new followers, and one yesterday I got 5 new followers. So it helped also as well, obviously meeting all these wonderful people.
Yeah.
Obviously, it also helps like boost like my profile and people. Yeah. People know about me, and obviously it helps obviously further boost my show as well.
Absolutely does. Yeah. So, how is it? Share a little bit about being a YouTuber and what that really means in the realm of what you're doing. What does it really mean to be a YouTuber?
I think for me, obviously, because I'm a singer and stuff anyway, so obviously I, upload my music and stuff on YouTube. But because I'm not just like one of those like singers that just puts the music on YouTube and stuff. I do a lot of like vlogs, like shopping hauls, like daily life, whatever. And I think for like YouTube, like obviously stuff that I do many things. I mean, obviously, I promote my music on YouTube. Obviously, that's where a lot of people find my music. But also, I try to, I do vlogs too. And I think being a YouTuber, obviously, there's lots of different types of YouTubers. There's like gaming YouTubers. There's YouTube podcasts. There's cooking, there's so many different ones.
Right.
So I think with me, I'm a singer, so obviously I do a lot of original songs and songbirds on my YouTube channel, but I also do vlogs. So I consider myself like a vlogger, so I'm trying to let people in. Because I think one thing about YouTube, people like to see into other people's lives,
of course, that's why we go on YouTube.
Yeah, it's like we look like, and obviously we can learn new things.
Yeah.
But me as a YouTuber, I just like to say just something very exciting and happy in my life, been somewhere and I want to show people, or I might have been to a new place and bought some stuff I want to show people. It's all things like that. It's really just show people a bit more about my life. And I mean, obviously, my channel is mainly a music channel, but I do to bring vlogs in and stuff to let people know what I'm up to, or what I'm doing, or some things that I do in my everyday life that they might not know about, things like that. But yeah.
Okay, so your YouTube is channel is there was a movie you might have seen it. It's in America with Jim Carrey, and they had the camera follow him everywhere, whatever he was doing, no matter what it was. Is that the way yours is? Is no matter what you're doing, you're recording.
It's kind of that. It just depends. I mean, I don't not everyone knows that every single 2nd of every 24-hour day.
Yeah.
I try to because on my obviously with my music I try and be very personal, but also with my vlogs I try to very what should a film say? What could I show people this is actually what I do, and something that I talk about or thought about that people may not that I even do or whatever. So it's just nice to let people know what I want to or do or stuff.
Okay, got it. So, are you an earner? Do you earn money on this YouTube channel?
Unfortunately, no, I don't. But I think with me, I mean, obviously in the future, I'd like to earn money from it.
Okay.
But I think, I like doing it to people, so I think one day I'll probably get there to the part to monetize.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I just I just like
You
doing
just
it.
like doing it for now, right? So do you think you eventually become an influencer with the guests that you might have on the show? Do you think that you'll be an influencer?
I think I've had some, yeah, I think so, because I've had some very interesting, like, oh, I've had guests obviously from the UK, I've had
Okay.
guests from Canada, Latvia, and the USA. I've had a few, like, people that have been on TV on the show by sign. So, like, I had, because obviously I know, like, Real Housewives has been in America, so I had, for anyone who watches Real Housewives of Orange County, I had last year, but I'm having it back this year at some point. Elizabeth Lynn Vargas, who was on season 15 of Real Housewives of Orange County.
Oh, nice.
I had one who was on one of the UK Housewives, Real Housewives of Jersey. Not New Jersey, which is
Yeah, that's different.
yeah. So Jersey, if anyone doesn't know, Jersey, it's obviously there's New Jersey in America, but Jersey is an island between England and France. So they have their own Real Housewives, which is in the UK and stuff as well, which started like last year.
Oh, that's nice.
Like, so I interviewed someone from there, and I'm like. Very good with them, and I interview musicians, podcasters. So I feel like in a way, like because like it's amazing. Like I said, obviously, like when I do the podcast, when I do my interviews, the other day I got 6 new followers. Even that, and it's like I'm like. Ooh, and I'm like, I know. I mean, it's great. Obviously, it's like for me, it's like a bonus.
Right.
I get obviously more followers and more people know about me, and obviously the people I'm, interviewing get promoted, but also I get promoted. And I just love like interviewing people. I love talking to people, like meeting new people, and finding out their life story or what they're about, and kind of what you do for your podcast. So, like just like get to know the bit, but also like because you never know where it can lead from. Like if you interview that person, you can come back, or you might be able to work with them on something. It just obviously depends on what.
Right. So how would you consider what you're doing right now as a YouTuber, right? And you want to turn this around because eventually doing this work does become like a book or a journal or something like that. How do you believe that you could turn this around and make this a business like so many other YouTubers?
I think there's a lot of obviously there's going to obviously be like obviously I'll start off with like because I'm currently on I think on my YouTube 461 subscribers, which is not bad. And obviously and I obviously grow with to like numbers and I'm gradually so I think with that obviously with the business partly obviously every part of my music on my YouTube and also my obviously it was, and I think once I get to a good I say like to get myself this I'm nearly at 500 anyway, so get to 500, then eventually when I can get to 1,000, and then see if I can get some promo deals or little sponsorships from little businesses or things like that, to obviously turn it because there's so many businesses that I look to promote on my YouTube channel or charity or organisations or whatever. So I think in fact things like that, and obviously, I'll probably start a membership on my channel and all these different things.
Right, you'll have a membership, right. Okay.
Getting to a certain subscriber level and then go from there.
Now, do you have as a YouTuber? I know as being a business owner myself, I had to come up with a business plan, a plan like what I'm going to do as a YouTuber and an artist. Do you have a business plan to kind of move it forward and be very strategic about what you're doing with what you're doing with your life?
Yeah, so with the YouTube side of things, I'm planning on, obviously it depends. Obviously, some people get people might really get get loads of subscribers really easily. Some people don't. So I'm planning on hopefully at some point this year I get to 500 subscribers, which I don't think is not far off. And then eventually get to 1,000. Because obviously I'd like to hit that goal, and obviously that'd be I've got to that goal. So, and then obviously go from there and build obviously that up.
Okay.
build my. And I think with me, because I think a lot of people like how that I'm very honest and real in my,
Sure,
when we
absolutely.
but also with vlogs as a YouTuber, I'm like, I talk about things like some people will be too scared to talk about, or like things like you might not talk about abuse, or like things that people find interesting,
Right.
or find it entertaining. So I think with that, and then with my music, this is a little exclusive for you, but
Hmm.
if anyone from my like followers or whatever listens to this, but I'm planning on with my music doing like helping on that music. Because obviously, I mean, I know it's a bit far away, but I'm planning on hopefully. It's like in discussion in the words. I'm planning on because obviously I released singles last year. I released like a little mini EP, but
Hmm.
obviously there's always thing of like when are you going to do an album? So I'm planning, all being well, on doing a Christmas album for this year.
Okay, nice. Nice.
Like people like I've mentioned it to a few people, and that's like properly being started hopefully soon. Recording and like writing and stuff. Obviously there will be some like everyone's like favorite Christmas song that I'll be singing there as well,
Hmm.
as well as a few originals. So that's something that I think like people like I really like. I'm like. Why not make like obviously from daily well, but obviously it'd be Christmas
Yeah.
time and everyone loves the Christmas album and obviously like I've been waiting like I feel like people have been waiting for me for a long time to do like a full
Probably
album.
were waiting. Yeah, you were waiting too.
Yeah, so it's like why not make it a Christmas album? Because
Yeah.
I did a Christmas album a few years ago and everyone loved it, so I feel like you know what, next best thing I want to do for like Christmas theme, like I try and like do something new that's like for Christmas this year. So I felt like this year I'm going to do my first ever album, but why not make it a Christmas album?
Right, right. So let me ask you. So you said that you have even some guests that have excuse me have been seen on television. How are you
Yeah.
leveraging? Because we talk about leveraging with marketing and sales. How are you leveraging? Excuse me, leveraging that in your marketing as a YouTuber.
I think because obviously, like I say, with the because I'm not like I am not. I don't want all my guests to be on TV. It's like people that I find interesting. Obviously, there are people on TV that I find interesting, but also everyday
Yeah.
people or musicians or whatever. But with with the people that I've had the few people that have been on TV or people that might be well known on the internet or whatever, the with not from YouTube obviously because a lot of like one of the there's the person I had Elizabeth from Vargas that I had last year. She is so kind. She's like one of my closest Instagram friends, I suppose you should say. And she with my YouTube and stuff if I sent her oh, this is my new music, she will share it on a story, and obviously obviously she's got thousands and thousands of followers. Obviously that can happen with music, and these people that obviously that I've interviewed will if I say, could you share this on your story, they will do that for me because obviously we've formed a bond of some sort, in a way, because obviously some of the people that a lot of the people that I've interviewed
Mm-hmm.
touch me, see how they're doing. So obviously through them, obviously more people know about me, so that obviously can help promote my music, promote my YouTube. Because some people say, "Oh, I found you from this interview or what
Mm-hmm.
this person interviewed." So I think it's really it's amazing that I even get these people asking how do you manage to find these people off
Right.
this or this person? And it's you know what? It's as I never know, I'll just so to speak, slide in the DMs and no, hello, my name is
Yeah, right. Sliding into the DM.
Yeah, it's you just I never I'm not saying oh my god everyone's gonna reply. And
Right.
that's the thing. Some people think what some people I've interviewed before honestly well, I'm not famous. Why do you want to interview them? Like, I'm not bothered if you're on TV or you're not. It's for me. It's like I'm not just going to interview someone for no reason. Like I have to find them interesting, something about them,
Right.
something that
Picture.
it's like if it's a musician, obviously we have things in common, or like Elizabeth from Barbados, who's on Real Housewives.
Right.
I love watching Real Housewives. So it's obviously awesome to me. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to have them on because they're famous or because they're well known. It's because I am interested in them or what they do or and and I'm like I still can't believe that I've met some of the people that I've met, and I'm like, how did I end up like meeting them?
Yeah, right. How did you do that?
It's like last year I also interviewed a Paralympian, and that was like amazing as well.
Yeah, I would guess so.
And it's like because basically, most of the people that I've interviewed, it's like I've met them I've met them on some. But this particular Paralympian came into my college to a talk, and I got pictures of him, and I asked like later on in that day, I'm like, would you like to be a guest on my,
And you just asked her.
Right. And she said, yeah. So it's like, I cannot believe that I've had obviously obviously reality TV shows, I've had a Paralympian, I've had, and I'm like, I'm like, how does this happen to me? I'm a normal person, but it's like, but I'm so glad, obviously, I've restarted, I had quite a long break, tried to restart, then I didn't I just had a little break, but now I'm like, it's called marvelous. Michael's marvelous. It's back and it's more marvelous than ever. But it's having all these different people, whether they're on TV or not, it does help to promote me as a musician, as a YouTuber. Obviously, it also promotes that. Instagram, so obviously through those people that interview more people to be my guest on my chat show, so it boosts me even further and further, my platform, so to speak. But yeah, basically.
So collecting all of those celebrities, as it were, would you think they were endorsements or endorsers? If those celebrities said yes to you, they're literally endorsing you and saying, "Hey, yeah, I'll do that," right?
It's like the few famous people, and anyone in that, because I think, now obviously, if it was like a talk show on TV or something, celebrities obviously with certain TV shows maybe get a check for being a guest on,
right.
If it was the Wendy Williams show, for example, if it was that, or something like that. But with me, because obviously, I'm it's just on Instagram, and obviously if someone has something to promote, then obviously they've got if it's a musician with a new a new song or a new album, or if it's someone on TV that's on a project, or you're working on something, or wants to tell their experience being on a show or something like that. It's so for me in a way it is endorsement, because it's and I cannot believe that some of these people actually wanted to be interviewed by me, and I feel like I've formed proper friendships with them, and obviously bring people back on the show. There's people that have been on 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, but it's because obviously I feel like we gain each other's trust with us, and it's and you don't know how much you have in common with people sometimes. So you put into them and also get to know them and have great conversations, and so anyway, it's I feel like it's an endorsement also in the way of I can obviously promote myself more through them and blah, blah, but also in the fact that obviously I've got to know these people. I'm like, oh, I can feel it.
So you're saying you keep in touch with them after the interview? You keep in touch with them?
Yeah, a lot of the people I keep in touch with, and even people that may not have been able to be a guest, but they're all I do keep in touch with them and how they're doing, and and I'm like, how did they end up? But it's I'm just names that I'm people And like people just like love to be there so much. And like through an interview I did on like for my new season of my Instagram interview series, Instagram chat show. Um, I so the fir- so I basically interviewed someone that does like like signing, so so like the sign up to songs or and obviously like BSL, which is British Sign Language.
Okay. So I see that the music is very important to you. I hear that a lot. Yeah.
That music supports me. So obviously, and obviously, there's a lot of people that sign on to music as well, and so I have someone that does a lot of like learns a lot of sign language and does a lot of like signing to songs. So I mean I love singing as well, but I like also like learning about sign language and obviously all these different things.
Okay.
So through that person I had on I think it was on Monday or Sunday, that I obviously like gained since new files, but I also had quite a few people like that were also excited about the interview, but I got a few more guests from that. And like someone I had on yesterday, people asking like, could I be a guest on your show? I'm like, yeah, of course you can. Like I'm never gonna say no to anyone like that. Like, no, you can't because this. I mean, obviously there may be certain reasons, but I would like if someone wants to come on and like positive and they want like to talk about something, I'm very happy to like bring someone on.
So, Michael, could you tell me what type of music that you are an artist of?
I think with me, I'm a very like when I first started off and stuff like this, I'm a very sort of like pop, like catchy sort of like style music. But I think now like the type of art, like I'm very like mainly pop, like
So you're a pop music,
like pop, pop, sort of like stuff like stuff. But I feel like now, like with my music over the past year or so, I feel like I'm a pop artist that also like tries a bit of like other genres sometimes.
Okay.
Tries to be a bit more personal in the music, etc. But yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so at least we know that. So can you tell me, is there a common like myth or stereotype that you're kind of associated with and you might want to share with the audience how, that it's not that way?
Let me think. Well, I think, singer one would be, I mean, like, I used to say a lot when I was younger, I would love to be a famous singer. And, if that, I mean, now I think about it, like, if that happened, if that happened, that would be amazing. If it doesn't, as long as people still enjoy my music and whatever, that's fine with me. But on if I have to make money from it, that's great. But I think some people do think that I already think that I'm a famous singer, or I think I'm a celebrity, which I don't, because I know, like I have had to very work for, like this, like I know a lot of amazing singers that are amazing, and they've got like very like natural, amazing. Obviously, they work on the voices or they work on the songwriting or whatever. But with me, I did not have the most natural voice when I first started singing, and and I know a lot of people know this, but and I don't think it's a mistake. It's like, oh, you think like you're such this like wonderful thing. I know, and this is another thing. People think I'm such an amazing singer. I mean, some people think that, but some people think that I think that I'm a better singer than everyone else, which I don't. I know there's a lot. It's true because I think some people think, oh, if you want to be a famous singer, you're like, oh, you've got a big ego or something like that, and it's not that. That is not. Well, with some people, maybe.
Yeah, but you. I think you're just confident that you can sing what you can sing.
I try. I mean, I'm not. Believe me, I'm not the best singer, but I've like practiced, especially over the past few years, and people actually do say to me like I've improved a lot, or like this is like really good, like your latest song. Like one of my most recent song which is called Above the Sky, and one of my friends or like someone I know said to me when they listened to it actually made them cry because of how good it looked, like the emotion they got from it.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, but and like I never thought someone like would be like, but it's because it was basically about the process of like losing a loved one, etc.
Wow, that's
And
nice.
I was like, oh my god, that's so sweet. And I never thought like someone would like get like, and I feel like that shows that I've improved as
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, I'm so like happy that people seem to like enjoy it, like like
Uh-huh.
I'm like and this is another thing I think as a musician especially or a YouTuber or whatever, you want people to obviously like be relatable.
Right, right.
So and with another myth, sorry to just waffle on a bit, but so for anyone that doesn't know, and I don't know if anyone knows this, but I am actually well, the term neurodiverse. So I have a few special needs disabilities. So I'm autistic. I have low muscle tone, and I'm also dyspraxic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with I feel like there's a few like stereotypes that people have with autism, which is fine if some people don't know enough about it, which is fair enough. And obviously people are still learning about it and stuff. But I feel like people feel like the stereotypes of like people with autism is, oh, they're like weird or like very withdrawn or like this. And I mean, some people come with autism come in withdrawn. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that.
It's not
But
always
I feel
the
like
truth.
people think like, oh, with autism, like, other people that don't have autism, some people think like, oh, if you're autistic, it's not like mean you're a bit weird or mean you're a bit like
Right,
whatever.
yeah.
It's like I'm like, and it's like, and I think people see from me like, I know I'm not weird. I'm just like, I'm people. Well, with whatever disability or medical condition.
Yeah, I guess you're just you.
It makes you know it's a part of you. It doesn't define you, but it's a part of you.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing they always say that I always say this is not something my mum taught me, but there's the word abled and disabled. Well, able and disabled, and also ability and disability. So obviously there are certain things that people with disabilities may not be able to do, but there's a lot of things that they can do that other people might not think. That's another thing. There's probably a lot of things that people or people that don't have disabilities may think, oh, that person can't do it. They've got this, but it's like actually they've got their own way, or they can do it, but it's like you may not think, but you may be surprised what they can do. So there's things like that. So yeah, basically.
Okay. So how so we talked about you having autism and dyslexia, right? How does that how do you turn that challenge into victory when you're creating your music and when you're being a YouTuber? How do you put those two together and make it work?
I think especially about autism. So I did with my music. I did because April was like I think it was like it's like international autism awareness.
Yes.
So I did a song called Awesome Autism, and it was sort of basically telling my story of autism, but also if anyone that knows anyone with autism or has autism themselves or doesn't know a lot about autism, reminds them or tells them in one way that people with autism. I'm not obviously just specific, but obviously there's something about autism, but also any non-disabilities that if you have autism or whatever condition, you're autism. So I think obviously I feel like the music helps with autism, which is like a lot, even like artists or rappers or musicians or singers or whoever that don't have autism. A lot of people who are artists obviously express their emotions through music and or songwriting or producing or whatever. And obviously a lot of autistic people may find it hard to express their emotions. So it's one good thing for me, like for words that I can write a song that can record it, and I feel like I think like for me one of my favourite things to do, places to go, is go to the recording studio, record a new song or a new cover or like film something. I love doing. And then with my sort of like YouTube, I did last year I did so it's like I feel like my trademark is Autism because I did a series called Awesome Autism where it was like a 5-part series that I had on my YouTube channel, but someone I know from Canada also put it on their YouTube channel, so obviously like it expanded the audience a little bit. And I got to talk about my life experience with it, like challenges with it, like how I deal with certain things, tips for people with it, all these different things.
That's
So
great.
I try to use my platform, like whether it's my YouTube, whether it's my Instagram, whether it's my TikTok, whatever it is, to and I think which is obviously like when obviously like I'm on a podcast like this one, or I'm on a podcast. I felt because obviously I'm nurse promote music, but it's another way of I can, which is I'm a YouTuber and singer. When I go on a podcast, obviously I can talk about being a YouTuber and singer, but I can also talk about I can raise awareness for autism and all, being dyslexic or
Right.
and it's like I might meet someone else that has autism or and I feel like more like a lot of people like obviously like it's amazing that you get like you actually feel conscious like there's obviously a lot of people that and I think that's something a lot of people did like have admitted that like when they were young like they tried to sort of like master autism, tries to make it look like what you would call normal, whatever that is.
Right.
So I don't think such things normal, but it's like they might be like, oh, I'm not, and some people won't hardly ever tell anyone they're autistic. But with me, I'm like, I think. So I was officially diagnosed with autism when I was about 7 years old. So I'm 18 now. 18 years old now. So exactly about 11 years ago. So I'm like. I've had it for pretty much, officially diagnosed for all my life. Probably had it since I was actually a bit younger than 7 as well. But, this is part of me. I talk about it, I do my music about it, I do videos about it. I obviously talk about it on my, in my Instagram chat show, like, because I've had several guests that have autism or, know someone with autism. Obviously, I go on podcasts, obviously, I talk about it. And so there's many different ways. So I think having autism is amazing, which is obviously like I think like a lot of like someone said interview that the day with their autism, they feel like they're very focused, and I feel like that's made them very focused on things that I want to do or goals that I've got, and and I get to. And I feel like, I've been able to, obviously, like to say, obviously, I did a YouTube series about it that was promoted on someone else's YouTube channel as well as mine.
Right.
So, and it's like, through talking about it, I've met obviously amazing people, and obviously, I've done a song about it, and so I think, look on side, so I think my music on my YouTube helps with my, conditions, but also my conditions helps me,
That's beautiful.
I've got something more interesting to talk about, and I've got I can tell what my life story is, and and I can so I feel like we both help each other in some way.
Yeah. Well, that's really beautiful that you are sharing this around the world about autism, and I like the fact you said awesome autism. That's beautiful. So now this is a great for the audience, and it's great for me to know what you do as an 18-year-old. This is an 18-year-old dynamo who is like out in the world telling his story, doing what he loves to do, and just catapulting over insurmountable challenges, which is autism and dyslexia. I mean, just crushing it and having no excuse. But now we're going to turn the tables, and we want to get to know about you personally. So we're going to give you like 2 questions that we want you to answer that puts you in the light of being a person. Okay? Are you ready, Michael? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so if you could have a billboard with anything on it, what would it be and why?
I think, obviously, probably musician the bill music, but I think if I had a billboard, it would. I think, obviously, I'd love to have a billboard to obviously one of my songs on an album, which would be great. But I think as a person, I think I would have. I think one thing I love is a lot of like positive quotes. So I think I'd like to have a picture of me.
Okay.
But also a positive quote, which is with me. I like to have in my room. I have a lot of
Okay.
positive boards, or
Yeah.
So I've got one that says, "Never let anyone dull your sparkle," or I've got one that that says "Don't bad feeling it or be happy." So it'd be something like that. I'd
Okay.
like to have like so
Okay.
so people can see it, and like if they, if they drive past it or whatever, then
Yeah, it's going to be big, so they're going to see it. Yeah, and with your picture on it, how could they not? Right? All right. So, last question. What would you pick for your last meal?
I think my last meal. Now my favourite meal is just my it's like my favourite thing to have for my like dinner or tea, whatever you call it. My last meal, which is my favourite meal, I think,
It would be a buffet?
I mean, possibly because I mean, obviously, doing my love all my food, but I think it was like if it was just like one meal.
Okay, okay.
Meat. So basically, I like meatballs and pasta.
Oh my goodness, another one.
I know that like, someone else has probably said that.
Yeah, meatball. Yeah, we have a few, but meatballs and pasta. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Like, I don't understand. I don't know what the people that have meatballs and pasta, but I just love it. Like,
Love it.
like,
Oh, that's so good.
That's
so
it's
good.
like if I feel like for me, it's my last meal because, like, say if like something's good to happen, like I'm celebrating something, I'm like, if someone's like, would you like your favorite meal for tea? Then that's like,
Okay.
yeah, like I feel like
That would be it,
like,
right? Okay.
Yeah, it's like part of the celebratory thing. So like if something good happens, like done well at college or done well at something in life or something, I feel like that's something that I always have like a nice treat for myself, and when it's just like nice,
Okay.
like
All
I
right.
feel like good. So yeah, so anyway, it's like a celebration, but also so that'll be definitely my last meal.
Absolutely. So, how can my audience, find you on social media? Give us your hashtags. Give us your social media URL.
I've got a list of it on this. So, for music, if you you can check me if you want to listen to any of my songs. I'm on SoundCloud, so if you just search my name, Mike Frontis, it'll come up on SoundCloud. Or if you want to check out my YouTube videos and also my music on YouTube, it's just Michael Anker's Music. And then on my Instagram chat show off, if you want to see what I'm up to, my Instagram is, and if anyone would like to be a guest, just DM me on there. So it's Michael Anker's Music. And then I'm also on TikTok, which is at Mr. May47. If anyone has Twitter, it's at Michael Anker's. And then Facebook, because obviously that's how me and sort of like obviously, and then obviously I'll meet other people. So if anyone wants to
That's
search
beautiful.
my name, you'll probably see me on there. And yeah, so that's basically if anyone wants to find me and like message me or anything, or check out my music or anything like that. That's basically how you can find me.
That's wonderful. Well, audience, this has been really enlightening, and I can just tell you that this 18-year-old, a YouTuber and artist, Michael Anker, is a dynamo. He's got every social media covered. So I don't think you guys out there who are in business, who want to run a business, you got to cover the whole gambit of social media. He's telling us right now, cover it all, get it all done. All right. And we thank you, Michael, for being here. We thank you, audience, for listening to us. And that brings us to the end of the show. We want to thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post it about on social media, and leave a rating and a review. And listen, the new button on the bottom of this Anchor channel can actually allow you to send a message to our guest today. So if you want to ask the guest anything, any question at all, you have 30 to 60 seconds. Push that button, send a question, and I'll send it to Michael myself. All right? And you can catch me all around social media at EJW Coaching on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And once again, I want to thank you for being here and see you next time. This is Edna White, your host, and my guest, Michael Anker, saying bye for now.
Bye, guys.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But DC politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com.